Would you say marriage is tough?
Yeah, sometimes it is. I believe that marriage is like the best institution in the world. And I believe that God created it for a reason. And I believe that it's very, very difficult at times, but then it's unbelievably great at other times. But I also know from being married for almost 22 years that the good times always outweigh the bad times, the sacrifice always pale in comparison to the rewards. And to have a good marriage, it comes down to you and whoever you marry. And you have to make a decision if you're going to have a good marriage or not.
So, how did you know that mom was the one?
How did I know?
Or when did you know?
So I had a really serious girlfriend, and we were hanging out for like 2 years, and she always talked about getting married, and then I would talk about getting married to her when she was asking me about when we're getting married. But even though I was attracted to her, even though I thought she was very cute, even though I thought she had a cool personality, there was just always something missing. And like I couldn't ever figure out what it was. And so sometimes I'd go to like the jewelry store to buy a ring, and I would just sit there and I'd look at the rings. I'd be like, I don't want to buy a ring for this chick. And then shortly thereafter, while I was still dating that girl, your mom came walking in to the college where I was going and where I was playing basketball. And so the girl that I was dating, she wasn't around the night that I saw your mom. So I hung out with your mom and just talked to her, got to know her, and said bye to her. Didn't kiss her or anything. Just, I thought she was cool. And then about 9 months later, she didn't have a baby because nothing happened.
Okay, had me going there for a second.
No, about 9 months later, she was on a campus visit. That's the first time I met her. So it was like sometime like in February or something. So then she came back in August, and I was at the school and I saw her. And we just started talking to her and hanging out. Then we went on a date. We went bowling. And she was funny, and she was tall, and she was good looking, and we talked about God. We talked about a lot of stuff for months. And then I just started to realize she was like someone I'd want to hang out with for a lot longer. And it's probably about maybe 4 or 5 months into dating her, I was like, this is the girl I want to marry. And so I told her. And she was like, that's funny. And I go, why? And she's like, because I feel like you're the person I'm supposed to marry. And like a year later, we got married.